You have traversed the globe, but why Kenya?
All right. Now, when you look at this continent, let's go back into history. Let's study the great empires. The Egyptian Empire, Babylonian Empire, the Roman Empire, British Empire, and even the American Empire. What did they have in common? These were places where people could come from any part of the globe, settle, become citizens, and just live there. Now, when I look at Africa, I've worked in over 20 African countries. I don't think there is any country I have seen that is strategically positioned to become like a great empire like I've seen in Kenya.
Is that right?
And I will explain why. You see, the problem is a lot of people, when you're in a plane that's flying very, very fast, if you're inside, you don't know how fast it's going. But people outside can tell you this is really going fast. A lot of people inside the Kenyan plane don't appreciate how great it is. And that's why I will give anything to make sure, and do anything I can to make sure that this country stays united. Because there's a saying that I've come to like a lot, that hell fights you because of who heaven calls you. And what has heaven called this country? It's a great country poised to take the continent forward. Why? Because this is the only country right now that possesses those qualities of great empires, where people can come from all over the world. You see people in Kenya today who are of British descent, American descent, German descent, Nigerian descent, Chinese descent, and they're all in Kenya today. You know, and so why Kenya? Number one, I believe that I have a calling here. Like you asked, what good thing are you doing? I have worked with young people in this country, and I see such potential in them. And so next year, I'm focused on empowering 10,000 young people. I'm calling people to help me. We're setting up a league of mentors who will be able to, so those who want to go into media production, people like you can mentor them. Those who want to go into manufacturing, I have people who can mentor them in different areas. Because if we do not empower the youth, we are robbing ourselves of our future. If we do not invest in the youth, our tomorrow will not be as glorious as our today. So why Kenya? This, I think there's a heart connection between me and the young people of Kenya.
And why don't you think we jealously guard this country? The way you just described it, this is the Mecca. This is the melting pot.
It is.
Why don't we realize it? I understand that analogy of we're inside the aircraft and we don't realize how fast we're flying. But we should jealously guard this place.
We need to tell the story more. We need to tell more positive stories. People need to know. We need to understand something. A lot of people, let's look at, I have taken people to, I've brought all sorts of people to this country. And sometimes even the drivers taking me, or the people working with me, they don't know some of the beauty of Kenya that I have seen. All right? And so I think it's very, very important. We have 47 counties. Let's celebrate. Let's have a county celebration. Let's empower the counties. Let the governors, let them get busy promoting their counties. And one of the things I have advised some of them when I meet with them is, look, don't try to do too many things. Identify one thing that you can do. How do you want your county to be branded? For instance, when you talk, if I mention football, immediately you think of a place like Brazil, you think of a place like Argentina. When I mention fashion, you think of a place like Paris and all that. And so I ask, how do you want your county to be branded? And then let's begin to push things like that out. I have worked like a brand ambassador. I've spoken in different platforms, even at the highest level of government in Nigeria once. And I remember a very, very highly placed person in government came to me and said, how did we lose you to Kenya? And I think we need to look at the people who are able to influence, who are able to be brand ambassadors for the nation and begin to take that story out as the same way we are talking about it internally.
Speaking of brand ambassadors,
Yeah.
There's a couple of counties in this country where we have literally every square foot there is a world champion marathon runner. World champion. And yet if they walk through this door, none of us will recognize them. We don't honor, we don't recognize, we don't appreciate our
Let me go back to that story of JFK and saying ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I said the country was actually doing things for people. Look, have you ever, I don't know, enlighten me, have you ever seen a situation in Kenya where a Kenyan soldier who was in maybe Sudan or Somalia or wherever, and he's feted, a soldier is honored and feted, and the whole family brought to the State House to celebrate him for his bravery?
Never.
Out there.
Never.
Have we seen that?
No.
No. Yet, when you watch TV, it's happening all the time in a place like America. Right. Now, if we don't honor the ones we have, why should they want to give their lives for this country? There's a story I heard, I don't know how true it is, that some Nigerians were on some mission somewhere and they were ambushed and they just lifted up their hands. They said, you know what, we're not fighting you. Just take us, let us live here. This place is better than where we're coming from.
Yes.
So it is important when we begin to value what we have. These sports people, if they were in another country, they will be the celebrities. Let's make them the celebrities. All right, let's honor them and make them proud of where they are coming from. Yes.
And wearing those colors.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Wale, this is my biggest disappointment. And then we honor some others. Well, that's another story. That's a story for another day. Okay, a few minutes to go before the top of the hour. Wale, I could talk to you all day long. This is incredible, and thank you for doing this for us during this Christmas season. Give us some final thoughts going forward. It's been a tough year. Everybody always looks forward to the end of the year because you want to start afresh.
Yes.
2018 is around the corner.
Yeah.
Give us some final thoughts.
Well, the truth is, like you said, we may get to the end of 2017 and realize that it was not exactly what we wanted it to be. And a lot of people are there. Well, note something that, number one, I can't do anything about what has gone. So what I need to now do is, how do I plan for 2018? Let's start the year. It's very important you always start the year from the last day. What is your 31st of December 2018 going to be like? Define it, then begin to work your way towards it. How do you work your way towards it? Every dream has a demand. So you have to build capacity for where you want to be. Do a personal capacity audit. Do I have what it takes to fulfill this dream? All right, that I have. Do I have what it takes? If I don't have what it takes, how can I develop my capacity for this? What is my social capital like? Who do I need to help me for this dream? And then it's very important, break the dream into small bits. Don't get overwhelmed by the big thing. Break it into small bits. I've always believed this. If you can fulfill daily goals, then you will fulfill weekly goals. Then you will fulfill monthly goals. Then you will fulfill yearly goals, and then you fulfill your destiny. So don't take it as a year. Take it as 365 days.
Robin Hood says, you are brightening my day with your great motivation. You are a great man.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Fluana. Hey, that's a wrong name. You are great inspiration, Doctor. I salute you.
Thank you.
Dr. Wale Akinyemi. He's just written his 15th book. It's called Drive. Go to his Facebook page and you can order there immediately. It's all about intentional living for exceptional leadership. And of course, he's written 14 other books. This is number 15. What a man. What an inspiration. And we are glad to have him here as one of us. You are one of us. Have you gotten your passport yet?
I am a Kenyan of Nigerian descent.
Oh, nice. You see, that pride is still there. That pride.
I'm a
Kenyan of Nigerian descent.
That's true.
Daktari, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And we'll talk to you in 2018, God willing.
Thank you very much indeed for having me.
You're now rocking with the best, man.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jelano.